Okay, so we got the Fender Jag-Stang. This is my first Fender guitar. You can see that it's really cool. It's in sonic blue, the same. I think that's the closest Dacny blue you can get that the actual original Kurt Cobain Mustang was in 1993 to about 1994 when Kurt used it in Euro tour. So I'm actually insanely lucky because the Japanese Jag-Stangs are known for being not overall the worst, but they're just not, Kurt Cobain reminiscent. They're not really like. They just like it. The colors are completely different. They're just not the same blue. Sometimes they'll come green, and sometimes they'll be red. And this is just the same blue. Thinking about getting a completely white pickguard, but it's completely fine by now. There's nothing wrong with this. Pickups completely fine. No, you don't need to change them. In a band setting, nobody could hear the difference. I've seen people just like completely like go gear hunting, like what's the real pickups that Kurt Cobain used, and there's some like custom made pickups by Seymour Duncan himself. So but like the pickups are completely fine. I find them quite laxing. The out of phase, there's a lot of options where you can go in and out of phase. There's in and out of phase. Then you just have the humbuckers. You can turn off the single coil, and then you can just have the neck pickup single coil. Only that, and then you can put them in between phase and out of phase. But then you have the tone, volume. This thing can get really loud really quickly, and it can go like really loud, aggressive. I don't know how to get the sort of Kurt Cobain and Euro Tour sound because like I've never been able to replicate it with a simple combo amp. Besides my orange, but with my Black Star, which is the only amp I can really play without annoying people. I've been using compressor pedals, and I find that's actually working really good. I like this thing a lot. The it has an actual tremolo. I think it's called a tremolo arm or whatever, where you can do the tailpiece. I don't know, but you adjust the thing. It's right over there, and you need a hexagon to adjust it and to lock it. I've heard that I got my guitar tech to just get it officially, like just flip it back to how it was, because the guy who did this did a terrible job at it, so it just didn't work. So I got it to work with this one flipped again. Got the Dario 10 and 52 strings, I think. The Y and XL thing. That's actually my first strings, and I got first impressions. Those strings are actually really good. I have no complaints. They're not hard on the fingers. They're really soft and really cool, and I think that those are my favorite strings. I think they're better than the slinky ones. A typical rosewood neck. Tuners could be changed, in my opinion. Like, the first thing you need to do with this thing is to change the tuners. But they are completely fine if you're not using this thing right here. That's completely fine. It doesn't go out of tune unless you mess around with the the reverb and trying to get that shoegaze noise. It will completely lock out of tune after 5 swings almost. There's some soft, 7, like this cool vintage sort of Beatles-y neck pickup. You can play a lot of blues with it. Humbucker is hard. It's ready to rock. It's really powerful, but you could play soft genres with it. So it is a versatile type of guitar. The only problem is that it's designed by Kurt Cobain, and that's why most boomers will never ever pick up this guitar. My guitar tech told me that this is a weird guitar. It's a weird looking guitar, and That's going to be the thing, because it's not a Gibson, it's not a Les Paul, it's not a Fender Stratocaster. It's a hybrid, and I think this could be really versatile in shoegaze environments and such alike. And you can also turn off the pickups completely off, and you can turn off the volume in case if you're scared of like loud noises and whatnot. So you have sort of a dead man switch, but you can't go really full Tom Morello with this thing either. I think, but you could probably. But they're really hard. It's not like a quick sort of action. Um, Tonally, it's really cool. It's a little bit dark. It has the sort of vibe, which literally it just feels like the Eurotour. I don't know why people are yapping about the mids and the pickup. It's completely fine in my opinion. Um, I have owned plenty of humbucker guitars over the years, and I found out many of them are just terrible quality. This one is completely fine. There's nothing that needs to be changed with it. The only thing you need to do is actually just use it and play on it, because I've seen way too many people own Jag-Stangs and just say it's not their favorite guitar, and then they just like completely put it in the background because they respect Kurt Cobain, but they don't want to actually play this thing live in any sort of capacity whatsoever. But this is sort of guitar where you don't have many guitars, but in a live setting, and if you're just limited to a certain amount of guitars, this thing could be a really cool guitar. But if you have too many options, you would never pick this thing. It has a really cool neck for like sweet playing. It's not a long neck, so it's cool for power chord. Very thin Japanese style neck, and it's glossy, so the neck is actually pretty good. No sharp frets, no complaints. Fine nuts, nothing bad. There's a little bit of a chip on the paint, but that's nothing much. It just shows it as experience, I guess. But cool color. I think it's just nice. It's just a really cool feel on it. It could be used for shoegaze. I don't know why many people just choose to, work around with their Jazzmasters and their Jaguars and stuff. I think this thing could be a really good powerhouse guitar if people just started using it. I got a really good deal on this. I got it for about 650, I think. Saved up and I also had sold some of my guitars and pedals, and it rocks. It does what it's told, and it's it was 13K new. No, not 13K. It's like 1,300 new. I find that really cool. That it's available for this sort of price range. So it has a classic sort of Jag-Stang sort of laid with the pickups, switches, and there's one single coil here, because I have like a humbucker over here, and I don't tend to change because of like nobody really cares. But it has a humbucker here, and I have a Sansamp Classic, and it's cool. I haven't really made like full covers because I'm just a terrible guitarist. I can't play guitar that well. I am just not interested in it, but I'm already deaf, so there's really nothing I can do about it. It's too late to go back now. I guess I just have to buy Fenders and pretend I'm a good guitarist to show off people. I don't know. But it has a cool, like, it feels very cool, but there's something missing, and that's sort of the EQ, and then the amp. You have to have a Mesa Boogie, and then those Mesa Boogies cost you for a fortune. Nirvana makes some affordable, at least, that but I've ordered a Zovtech sort of variant, and those are just the same patterns, so it's kind of the same. But yeah, it's nothing really much. Yeah, so I've been using an EQ pedal, a chorus. Oh, yeah, so I've used a chorus, um, and I've used from FT Electronica. It's a 9 volt variant of the Polychorus, and then I have a Volva by Sonic Cake that's just as a mute and a volume pedal and as a wah pedal, and it has I have a compressor and sustainer that sort of fixes a lot of the distortion for me. I have a tube screamer now because I think that just it's easier on the fingers to play on it, and EQ 700 and a Kai head rush looper and delay pedal, so I get that sort of slapback delay. That's pretty much it. What do you recommend? Would I recommend you buy a Jag-Stang? Sure, I think people should use it more. I don't understand why it's like socially just not an option. It's a Fender. It's really cool, but it's sort of a niche guitar. It's extremely niche and rare in my opinion. Um, like this thing, shouldn't exist, but because of the legacy of Kurt, I think that it's kind of cool that it does. Because it's for the weight, it's relatively a bit heavy, but it's actually pretty light too. I've had like heavy guitars, so it's heavy. It's lighter than a Les Paul, but it's I don't know. I haven't been able to use it that much, but that's pretty much it.